Heute hatte ich Francesco von der Azienda Agricola Traina zu Gast im Podcast. Francesco und ich kennen uns seit 8 Jahren und arbeiten seit 2022 für die Reiten Yoga Retreats in Sizilien zusammen. Es fasziniert mich immer wieder, was er in dieser Zeit alles aufgebaut hat. In den nächsten 45 Minuten sprechen wir über die Anfänge, darüber, warum sein Vater vor 40 Jahren mit der Freibergerzucht begonnen hat, wie die Zucht heute mit lokalen Orientale-Pferden neu ausgerichtet wird und was es bei ihm inzwischen alles zu entdecken gibt. Viel Spaß. Okay, so welcome to the podcast, Francesco.
Thanks, Kat.
I'm really happy to be here with you today.
Me
We
too.
have a retreat going on at the moment, and we found some time to talk and also to introduce what we do together, our project, and I would love to give you the word to start.
Okay, thanks. I'm happy too. It's always a nice moment to have you here at the farm. And thanks a lot because we started before COVID. I remember we met through Instagram. It's been a very nice surprise to receive your message, your mail. And yeah, everything started, I think, 6 years ago, more or less.
A bit more, like I would say,
Yeah.
like between 7 and 8 years.
7 years, okay. Wow, the time run. And we meet, and you've been here in June. It was a warm period. I remember around 40 degrees. We have a nice days together, spending on horseback riding. I try to show everything that I can. So also going around by car to test and introduce all the highlights of our area. We are in the middle of nowhere, as someone say, of Sicily, in the central west part, in Sicani area. And here is very nice to have this kind of tourism that now is growing, also thanks to you and our project that want to create a travel that is like a shared life with people that come with locals and through horses for sure, but not only. We like to share also our experience as sit sighting or go around to meet people and their history or their life, usual life. So it's very nice. We see that it works a lot because tourists like travelers, modern tourists, likes a lot this kind of experience, and it's working a lot also for locals that at the beginning I remember they were shy. They didn't understand very well why they had to open their house or their private life, but now they are very happy to do this, and it's growing. It's becoming a successful moments also for me and for us. So thanks.
Yeah, I just like when you were talking, I was thinking of this personal touch makes everything very special. And this is also, I want to jump a bit to the beginning when we met, when I came to see you in June, on that very hot June in 2017, 18.
Yes,
And I was like also surprised like how welcoming everything was and how, I mean, we're here in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's not a very touristy area, but still it's something I would always like suggest coming here because it's something you don't see. Normally people go to the beach, they go to the sites in Sicily,
exactly.
but here it's something you hardly ever see, and you get to know so many people. And all the guests, when they go back, they say like, it felt like being with the family. You know, you share the meals together, you meet your friends, you eat with the people cooking for you. It's like this really rural experience in Italy, and you really feel like you had a special holiday.
Yeah, that's what I like to do, and what I'm doing, because I opened my farm, because this is an old farm, more than 100 years, and that belong to my family. And what I try to do is really share my life, my moments, also or when I was younger. So I reproduce in some way my life that I spent with my family, with my grandpa, with my cousin, nephew. So I remember we were like a quite big community, around 20 persons around here with the guests. So it's nice because it's happening really, and I'm very happy, so I enjoy a lot. I have a fun with the people that are here, because I always have nice people. They want to really have this experience. Going on horseback in the mountains, to the hills, no one is with us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are the only one that go on track. It's also strange at the beginning, but now for me it's a big value, because as you say, it's not a touristic area, so it's very nice to be alone for a long time during the week. And that's also what we are doing. So starting by the farm, so sharing experience, residential, also horseback riding holiday, but also going outside from the farm. I mean, connecting all the area of this part of Sicily, the Sicani area. And it's nice because also for me, when I started and when I do it till now, it's like a surprise each time, because I always met someone special or different. I see also how people in their farm, in their agritourism on the villages are happy to meet us again, and connected people, tradition, food and
Mm-hmm.
drinks, and the areas is very, very nice. It's special.
And there's so many things I could jump in right now, but I would like to go in connecting the different actors in this region. That's also something I feel like you're really passionate about and really good at, in connecting people. Because we often talked about that a lot of professionals are moving away from Sicily. So you told me that your vet was moving to, I think it was London,
Yeah.
that you have problems with finding a good farrier. So everybody who's like, I don't want to say skilled, but everybody who has a chance to go somewhere else is
They want to
going
go.
somewhere else. And you, who could also go somewhere else, you decided to stay here and to really like work with people in the region. And the longer I know you, the more I also know other people who want to stay here, like the door. And so I think like this is an interesting part, that you decide to stay here and also provide work for people to work with you. So you buy local, so you also support the local supporters. We every excursion we do is like something local. So you're actually helping the region also to develop, to people, that people have a job, that they can stay here. You also bring tourists here, and I feel really passionate about that. And that's something I always like admire. So I was just like wondering, is that normal for you? Is it something you planned, or how do you see that?
But it's nice to hear this, because yes, I think about, but it was not planned.
Mhm.
It's naturally happen. I mean, when you do something with passion and you believe in what you do, and you can just share your passion and positive view with the others, and you find, I think, naturally people that want to stay close to you and want you, be part of this project. So that's why it's happened naturally. So it's nice to develop and find local people that want now to be involved in our project. And we are growing together. Slowly by slowly, we are creating a nice team with different competence. And I also met Anna Maria, that she came from the north of Italy after 6 months of travel alone, so with 2 horses and one dog. She found us and I found her naturally. It's happened. She decided to stay. Now she's creating also her life with her a boyfriend that is from Palazzo Adriano, so from a village close to my farm. She engaged, and now they are also planning to create a family. So it's nice how it's happening, you know. And I think that we are at the beginning. I feel always at the beginning of something of new. So as we talked also today, there are many plans, other projects that I'm thinking, also thanks to you, that I want to create and make grow. So that's nice. And you know, we also are changing the breed of horses. So because my father, that's now retired, is decided to breed a Freiburger here in Sicily. It's very strange.
I also, that would be another point I wanted to jump into. So you already mentioned this is a long history. Your grandfather started the whole thing. So can you tell us something about the horses? You know, how did your family start with horses, and why Freiberger, which we know from Switzerland
Yeah.
because it's a Swiss breed. So can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah. So, my grandfather was a doctor. He just take the farm and bought the first land. But my grandpa, I got the same name of him, Gian Francesco. As you know, in Sicily, we used to have the same name of the grandpa. And he decided to grow as an entrepreneur in the farm. So he breed mainly cows. At that moment, it was more cows and sheep and some horses, but more wild local horses.
Mm-hmm.
And my father, that basically was a lawyer, he decided to continue this tradition, but he decided to, more than 35 years ago, we're turning in 40 maybe, he decided to breed Freiberger, because in that period, we're talking about the 80 years, in that period, the region gave a support to entrepreneur and farmer that want to create an horse good for our land, and unfortunately also cause in that period they need to have horses for meat, and Freiberger are quite strong, and there was very good also in our area, even if it was very warm in respect to Switzerland. And I remember many entrepreneurs in our area decide to breed these kind of horses. But slowly, also thanks to me and my father also, this breed become other. So we cross it sometimes with Arabian. We also use it for not for meat, but also for develop other kind of challenge. As for example, I decided in the 2000 to open a riding school in Palermo. I used a lot of them for ludic activity. My father also had a carriage competition in north of Italy.
With your horses, with the
Yeah,
Freiberger,
two stallions.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
with the Freiberger, yeah.
Wow, cool.
They also win a second place in a national competition in Punta Ala in Toscana.
Okay.
And that was nice. And so he always tried to do other, not only meats, with the Freiberger. And after we tried also, thanks to a project that was from a Sicilian region, from the Istituto Incremento Ippico di Ambelia, Catania, so in the east part of Sicily. That's it's an institute that help breeder and horse breeder to develop the Sicilian breed, or try to also involve in a new project. We were involved for a mix the mares of Freiberger with Orientale stallion. Orientale is a typical Sicilian breed, very old, and they study this also with many university, also with the ministry, and they decided to try to have this mix because it was good for create the perfect horseback riding for good riders, and the perfect horses for hippotourism in Sicily.
Trekking.
Yeah, for trekking in Sicily.
Because they're sure-footed, so you can take them to the mountain, but that they also have the energy of, because that Orientale, for me, when I saw it first, looked for me a bit like an Arab barb horse from Morocco. So Arab-like, but not too Arab like the Egyptian ones, but stronger and solid.
A very good mind too.
Yes, very clear-minded, not too hot. And I can imagine that in combination with the Freiberger, that this is a really nice like trekking horse.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this stopped after a few years, and now finally, I think more than 3 years ago, I've been involved in this project as a new entrepreneur because my father decided to retire, as I told you, and I manage all the farm. And this project is growing. It's growing now. We got many foals of 1, 2, 3 years old. Next season, I mean September, October, on the 2026, we will be ready for test the first 3 years old, and the 27 will be, I think, the first really year that we will understand how they grow, how they behave. But I'm very positive in this. So our challenge is also breed horses, local horses, Also we not only breed, we also train them. Thanks to Anna Maria, she's very good on this. We also breed, we also train in a very ethical, respectful way as horsemanship. She also now is working for growing as a trainer, and the goal is to also use them for our track, but also for our guests. So after sell for this to people that love this kind of project.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how it went from kind of like meat production in the 80s to a mix, and now you just like create a new breed for riding horses. It's like an interesting development also from what your father did to what you're doing. And I'm also really curious to see how they developed, because I remember 3 years ago we were here when the first one was born, the first Freiberger Orientale mix. And now, because I become every year, twice a year, and now we see like how they develop, how they grow. We saw them as half-year-olds, we saw them as 1-year-olds, as 2-year-olds, and now they're being trained. So, and I'm really curious to see like how it feels also like to ride them and to get to know them.
It's very nice also to be involved in this project with the region, because each year we have the vet and the commission by the Istituto Incremento Ippico. They come to check if everything is good. They take the size, the measure. They want to also know about how they behave during the training. So it's nice. We are part of something that is still growing, and it's good for our region, because for many years we have been like abandoned as breeder from the institute and from the Instituto. So we are also believing in something that is good not only for us, but only for our brand as Sicily. That's what I mean.
So one part is like the breeding the horses, so which you produce for your own tracking agency, but also like later on you also plan to sell them. And then you also have like other activities which you developed. I mean, since we know it's a lot of things have happened, and it's always like interesting to see the development, like new projects coming. So how is it for you? I mean, this is not your main profession, so you grew into this. I mean, I know when you lived in full-time in Palermo, when you had the riding school, when you were like more in the city, and now you're coming more and more to the countryside and developing the project. So how is that for you to move a bit more into like this farm life?
I feel really at home. I mean, I remember my best memory of my first part of life, and since I was adolescent, are in the countryside, because I pass all my summer on my weekend with my family, with my friends here, staying very free, so totally freedom, no mobile in the spirit. So we always scream at each other to know where we were. And for the lunchtime, I remember, my mama that called me, Francesco. I was in the mountain somewhere, and I ran for the lunch. It was nice. It's totally, you had the feeling to be free and totally in connection with the land, with the animals. And I pass all the time with the horses. So I learned also to ride when I was 5 with a not very good pony. He was not very behaved with me. He kick and bite me. So I risked a lot really to stop. And Briscola, I still remember the name. It was
Briscola?
Briscola, It's a typical Sicilian game of the cards.
Okay.
Briscola or Scopa. And and I remember that part of my life very, very, very nice. Sharing my life with all full of people that very love stay together. And to come back to my roots and now begin to be an entrepreneur and also create this project that reproduces, as I told you, my life with the guest. It's like a dream. So I'm very happy. I feel really into my life in this. And also with the horses. So I'm really excited and really happy and grateful for what is happening. Also meeting people like you or Anna or many others that are part of this life and the project. And about my project, I have to share about from the farm life. It's olive trees, olive oil. We are a biological farmer. We also produce our hay, our straw for the horses. Sometimes we sell, and you feel part of the nature. You see how the season changes, how life changes each season, and also very nice to stay here and develop project as new trekking. I like a lot also, as I told you, organized travel. We have two main travel at the moment. Rotta Sicana, that's very nice. We call it Rotta Sicana because we connect all the Sicani area from the mountains to the lake, the river, till the beaches, crossing also into the villages. And it's a 1 week travel on horseback. It's very, very nice, and it's working a lot. And Rota del Vino that we started before COVID, after we stopped. And also thanks to you, we are now again starting, and I think it will be also a nice project, connecting the main vineyard farm from the insider part of Sicily to Menfi to the coast. So Tasca d'Almerita is a very famous brand on all the family, and Planeta is also a very strong brand that belongs to Planeta family.
I'm really looking forward to that one because
September.
We offer the horseback riding and yoga retreats, and this is without yoga, but it's I always like jokingly call it like drinking and riding.
Drinking and riding, yeah. Or riding and drinking is better. Before ride and after
ride
drink.
And then drink, and relaxation in a different way.
Mm-hmm, sure.
And for me, it's also like interesting because I like to test new rides, and with you, it's always like exciting because you have a lot of ideas, and that's also a bit like how I choose the partner I work with, if they have like inspiration, if they want to do something new, because if they're not interested, and I am, and I constantly want to push something, then that's not going to work. But if you have an idea, and we say like with the Rota Sicana, so we did that what was it, September?
Yeah.
And it was like so exciting to ride that, to go somewhere else, to ride from the mountains to the beach. I mean, how cool is that? And each day the scenery changed, and we say that it's like really lovely places and sometimes also funny places. I have the feeling like Sicily sometimes has really like a humoristic also energy, because things happen to you that you wouldn't see somewhere else. Like, remember when we rode and like suddenly there was a horse, and I remember someone asked me, do you think it's a stallion? And I looked and I couldn't see anything, and I was like, no, I think it's a mare.
Yeah, sure.
And then, of course, it was a stallion, like a young one, about 2 years old. And you had to make sure to chase him away.
Push,
and he was the stallion of the owner of the hotel we went. So the owner came with a rope and just like caught him and brought him somewhere.
You never know what happened. It's a bit adventurous.
It's really adventurous. And
this is Sicily.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also like what I want to give to my clients when they come with me. It's not this, you don't go to a resort and you have like this holiday you could have in Spain or in Portugal or somewhere else. It doesn't matter where you are, but you really feel this like rural life. I mean, now we're sitting in your living room. It's beautifully decorated. It's really like stylish. It has a bit like this farmhouse style, but it's still like also like artistic, because you also like designed it with a friend of yours who's like an artist. And I just like love this mix of something modern and cool, but also of this old tradition. And I also have the feeling like all the rides you offer are a mix between like getting to know the culture, which is like the best of what this region has to offer. And first, when we did the Rota Sicana, I thought this is a route that was established before. But then you told me, no, you designed that track.
Yeah. I before I have a vision of this.
Yeah.
I try to connect each places, and not always easy, because in Sicily, sometimes you really don't find the good service for everyone. But we are growing all together. It's nice also this, because people are understanding. At the beginning, I asked about accommodation for the horses for us, and someone also in the owner, remember, no, we don't used to have people with horses. We are saying no, but that's my job. I want to bring here travelers from Europe, so it will be a perfect guest for you. And they trust me, and they after understood, because they had to touch before to believe. No, we used to say like San Tommaso. That used to be like this. And he believe after he put the nose. So
Mhm.
that there is also the rhyme. And I like a lot also to see how our guests change after many days. At the beginning, they are obviously they don't understand very well our mood, our way to be also slow. Because in Sicily we are very slow, even if we try to be an average. And after 2-3 days, also climbing the mountains, go. Sometimes they ask me, but can the horses go in this in this road? Yeah, sure, it's good. It is a big rocky, stony, up and down into the river, in the path to the forest. And I remember one of the guests at the end of the Rota Sicana told me, now I can go everywhere on horseback. She was a very nice German lady. And yes, it's nice because they feel part of something. They become also more free. You had the feeling they are more free, that they are more on laugh, relax, and they trust more also. Because at the beginning, maybe I can understand you really don't know where you are, because we are, as I told you, in the middle of nothing. So it's not a perfect area with all the perfect organization, but that's what I like. I like to be improvisation sometimes. You have to be on the mood, on the flow, as yoga say. And yes, it's very nice. This is very nice, very funny too.
Yeah, that's also something I just like think back of the first retreat we had in 2022.
Yeah.
Because we've been planning for it for a very long time, but then we had the break for COVID, and then we also had to cancel it because Italy still had this very strict regulations, which we didn't have anymore. But so we had to postpone until 2022. And then the first retreat we had was also like I had to get a bit used to the timing here, or the non-existing timing. And I remember like the first retreat it's also like we had to find each other how we run something.
Absolutely.
And I remember this time because I'm in this respect, I'm sometimes a bit organized, and I mean, you know me for some years now.
Swiss.
I'm Swiss. I have my watch, and then I wanted to have it also a bit my way. And then I remember my good friend Janine, she was also here. She took me to the side and she told me, if you want to have it like in Switzerland, then do it in Switzerland. And after that,
I remember perfectly.
Why?
Yeah, because I feel a bit under pressure at the beginning, but it was good because, yes, I also begin to do better. So I can understand it's important to be well organized from one side. From the other side, it's also nice to don't I don't know, to be free, to don't be really sharp. So sometimes we can also have 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour, more or less. As so to say, more or less. Okay.
Yeah, I think like this is really like when I got a bit more relaxed, and we also like stuck a bit more to our schedule. But for me, it was totally that moment when I realized, it is different. And I mean, I know I also work in other countries. It was also in 22, I was doing the retreats for 8 years, but a lot of them in Switzerland. And it was also for me a bit like new to adjust. And what I liked about you is that we found a way of how it works, that we can give the clients, the freedom of Sicily, like a bit like leaving the watch at home, leaving the phone at home, but still at the same time having something very organized. Because what I also really like about you is it really reliable. You're on time. Like when we agree on something, you cannot see, but he just rolled his eyes.
Thanks.
No, but I feel like I can really trust you. And that's important for me because I know when we offer something together, it's going to be a cool holidays for the people who book it. And
this is very important.
Yes, it
also
is.
For me. Sure.
Yeah, and so we have like something that's a bit like the Southern style. It's also very Southern, but then still also have something you know what you book, and you really get like high quality. And that's something I find also like hard to find, someone who provides like constantly good quality and who's really like involved and engaged, that the clients have a good experience. And this is what I always like feel from you. I mean, I know you have like now more pressure because you have to run the whole farm, and you have also like other retreats, and I know you have a lot of things going on, but still I always feel you have this passion for what you do and for the clients, that they have this good time. And that's really something special.
Thanks. Yeah, we try to do our best. This is.
Yeah, and I also want to talk to you about the other projects you have. So you already mentioned the Rota Sicana, Rota del Vino. We do the horseback riding yogas and retreats together. So what else do you offer, and what else do you plan to do?
We have another retreat. That's 1 week, and we call riding and culture, and you recall Dolce Vita, but it's nice both. Because everything is perfectly there. I mean, it's a Dolce Vita connected with horseback riding and also with the culture. I mean, culture, our area. So we try to involve people in a good combination between residential holiday and the farm. So we stay basically here in our farm. So they can also stay in the farm life. It's important. And so, for example, in this moment, we are having also our grass cutting, so for produce our hay. It's nice, not to see how it's grow. It's our everything move, and horseback riding also connected to some experience in the villages or with the people. So I have a walking tour with someone that can talk about his life or about his experience and tradition, and cooking class with local pastry. We go in Palazzo Adriano for this, or sometimes in Prizzi. We go also to visit the highlights of our area, like Eremo di Santa Rosaria, that belong to our history and tradition, because Santa Rosaria is important also figure about also the history of Palermo, so very connected to Palermo, our capital. And also the Teatro Andromeda. It's a very nice attractor here. And there is also a nice history on the back that belonged to the shepherds. There was an artist. And well, we try to do our best to give impulse and also give the possibility to ride here, so discover the landscape on horseback, but not only, but after when we are out from the riding, we go for with me and Anna, with people that know very well how to go, because otherwise you feel like you don't know where to go and what to do. And it's nice because we discover our village like Prizzi, Palazzo Adriano, and on the back there are many history that belong to our tradition, because Sicily has been always conquered and crossed by many different people, as Sicani, as Greek, Latin, Roman, and Arabian, Norman, Spanish. So we have a lot of different traditions and cultures, and also sights to see. For example, close to my farm there is the Monte Ipana from the Greek period, with the theater, the old Greek polis town. So also there are many. It's an archaeological site. There are many things to tell about. So you have a lot of things to do there if you want.
Yeah, that's the culture retreat, and then you also have this
Via de
Mille, which is rather
it's a multi-day trek of 5 days, 3 days on horseback, and we go also in the more heart of Sicani. So we connected Corleone, our farm from Prizzi to Corleone, with also the possibility to have a walking tour with a local, Marilena. She's very nice, and she tell about the history of Corleone. And after we move for Ficuzza, it's a reserve, natural reserve, that belong to also a Spanish domination history. So there is also the royal palace to visit. It was a personal reserve, hunting reserve of the King Ferdinando IV di Borbone. The Borbonic period has been very strong for us before our union from the north and south of Italy. And we call Via de Mille because it's belonged to the history of Garibaldi and the Mille expeditions. It's very nice because we also cross and also follow some paths and tracks and roads That's also Garibaldi in that period did it before to conquest Palermo. So he
Mhm.
stayed in Ficuzza and Corleone, and after he moved for with a tactic for going to Palermo and yes, push out the Spanish kingdom and domination. So after this, it became a republic. So it's a nice history. And after we are also working for others new projects, also at the track of 3 days. There is also the horse green retreat with people that doesn't know how to approach or want to grow, do better with the horses. So it's a nice
Yeah.
nice
It's
new
also,
project.
I also like that you have like offers for different riders.
Yeah,
So Rota Sicana, Via de Mille, Rota del Vino is for more experienced rider. I mean, you need to
sure.
be able to ride. And then
Absolutely.
you have the culture and the horseback riding, which is, I mean, you need to be secure in all three gates. You need to be able to canter in like open fields. You need to be fit for these days, but still you don't have to be like an experienced, like a super expert, because you also have like different horses for all different levels. And then also I'm really curious, like what you just like told for the green riders. So last year we planned a new program together because I have a lot of people who are, maybe they rode when they were little, or they just like had a few classes and they don't feel comfortable to join the ride, but they still want to come to Sicily because I guess they see all the nice pictures, all the lovely food and the lovely Azienda. And so they want to come. So, and because Anna, with whom you work, she's an excellent horse trainer and she's really like skilled also in passing on her skills. And she's also speaks Swiss German and German and English, Italian. So we planned this program where people can start to get in touch with horses. We're going to work with the foals, which is also interesting because in Switzerland also it's like hard to work with foals because people don't let you go to the foals. You don't have much access. And it's they're often in meadows and you cannot just go there. You need to have a contact with the person managing it. And here, because she's training the foals, she can also tell like what we can do with the foals and what not. And so I'm really curious to see how this program goes. It's also special because we only take 6 clients. Normally we have between 8 and 10. So it's really like small, very intimate, also with culture. No yoga, but with a lot of like inputs for horses. And yeah, I'm also curious because we always have like lots of ideas and what new projects.
You and me,
so.
also you.
Yeah,
A lot of ideas. I sometimes follow you, and you follow me. So it's nice also this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know we have like plenty of other things to talk about, but we're running out a bit of time. So is there something you think is important that people know about your farm? Anything you want to add which you haven't talked about?
But I think that I talk about quite everything. I just can suggest people to try, to try to be involved in this kind of new way of life, because I understood that many of our guests really have a very stressful and a very full life of pressure and in the big town. So it's like for a few come back in the in another time. And also I got the feeling also me that I live between here and Palermo because my family is there, and all the time I come here and I come back after 1 month, three weeks in Palermo also for a few days. I feel how stressed are people, how they rush for nothing, how we are always under pressure for someone else. So it's very nice to see, as I told you, how people that come here after take the time, relax, enjoy, thanks me. Someone cry when they finish the experience. So, and not very often people come back. It's also a nice sign for me.
Yeah.
It means that we work with with passion, with a good mood, good way. I had many clients and guests that come back for 2-3 times for also different activities, for the retreat, for the Via di Mille, for the Rota Sicana. So it's a nice confidence for you, and I'm very thankful for this. And also thanks really to you, because you believe, you start to believe 8 years ago, yeah, maybe 8 years ago, and still continuing. And we are growing together. Yeah, it's nice to see how we were back and now how we are now, and maybe imagine us in 5-10 years, what will happen.
I'm very curious to see where everything goes in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, yes.
And I'm gonna put all your information in the show notes. So if someone is interested, find your information, your Instagram account, and they can also get in touch with you. I'm
Good.
also curious if you listen to this, like what offers are interesting to you to attend, or maybe someone who listens to this has an idea of what they feel is interesting. Because I always like to ask, like, what are people interested in? Because we think they're interested in this, but then they're interested in that.
Yeah.
For example, the ride with the beginners just came into life because I had so many requests from people who want to learn to ride. And so, yeah, if someone has an idea of what we could still offer, we're open for suggestions. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the retreat.
Yeah.
I'm already sad to leave on Sunday.
Yeah.
But
I'm very happy to meet you again soon in September.
Yes.
I'm very curious for the Rota del Vino, one
Yeah,
route,
me too.
how it works. Yeah, it will be nice.
Yeah.
New video, new pictures. Let's see. The places are amazing for sure. Also the people. Okay.
Good.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you
also
so
for
much.
this new experience, your podcast. I will listen back. Okay. Grazie
Good.
mille.
Thank you so
Bye
much.
to everyone. Ciao.
Ich hoffe, dir hat diese Folge gefallen. Wie immer freue ich mich über eine Bewertung oder einen Kommentar. Und wenn du jemanden kennst, der sich für Sizilien interessiert, freue ich mich, wenn du diese Folge weiterleitest. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ich hoffe, dir hat diese Folge gefallen. Wie immer freue ich mich über eine Bewertung oder einen Kommentar. Und wenn du jemanden kennst, der sich für Sizilien interessiert, freue ich mich, wenn du diese Folge weiterleitest. Bis zum nächsten Mal.